Hey, okay, so LabCorp did something weird, and they messed up basically. So this is the update for, sorry, my surgery was scheduled on January 21st, and now it is, today is, I have to look at it, it's February 15th. And yeah, so I have not had gastric bypass surgery, but it is scheduled for next Tuesday, the 19th. I am nervous, I am excited, I am a little bit scared, but not too much. And today is my last day at the office for the next 2 weeks. So I decided going the second time around that I was going to take a little bit more time, be maybe a little bit more realistic on my needs in terms of taking some time off. Before, I was going to work from home, but I was going to get right back on it the day after I got out of the hospital. I had a webinar scheduled that I was co-hosting, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this while I'm hopped up on painkillers. So now I'm being a little bit more realistic. And so what's going to happen is we're off on Monday for President's Day. On Tuesday morning, I go in for the surgery. I have to be at the hospital by 7 o'clock in the morning. A friend of mine's going to drop me off a little earlier. She's going to be at work at 7, so she's going to take me, and I think I'll get there around 6 or 6:30. No big deal. I mean, I talked to them, and they said, yeah, earlier you get there, the better. We'll get you set up and all that stuff, or I'll bring a book to read. So yeah, what happened is with the cortisol test, LabCorp sent the wrong results. So, yay. I don't know exactly what happened, but I know that on the Friday before my surgery last month, they sent a fax to my doctor that had the same exact results as my first cortisol test it had. And the reason I'm speculating, but I think the reason my first cortisol test, which I had done in December, the reason that one was abnormally high is because I didn't refrigerate the sample. And I didn't read that closely on the sheet, so read your instructions. I didn't read closely on the sheet that you are supposed to refrigerate it if you keep it for more than 24 hours. So because it was a 2-day test, and at midnight on 2 nights, I had to swab my mouth with a cotton swab, stick it in a little container. I was supposed to refrigerate the first night. Didn't, and so it came back as abnormally high. The second one, I made sure I froze it, and then I refrigerated the second one and took them to LabCorp, and I was like, all right, it's good, we're good. But after a week and I hadn't gotten the results, I freaked out. I'm like, I have surgery on Monday, and I need to get this, clearance from my doctor, and they're saying they were going to cancel it and all this stuff. So I called LabCorp and I'm like, do you have the results? And they said, oh yeah, we have the results. They're just not in your patient portal yet. And I'm like, okay, you have the results. Can you fax them to my doctor? Yes, we can do that. So I went to my doctor's office and I sat there while the fax came in. And when it came in, it was the results from December with the date from December. And so I'm like, no, that's not the right one. So we called LabCorp back, and we asked them to send the correct date, which they did. They sent a fax with the correct date because I had my doctor double check it, and it had the same exact results, the numerical values associated with the cortisol levels. So the 1.00 and the 0.11. Same exact thing. And I'm like, how is this even possible? But my doctor said I can't, in all good conscience, sign off on this surgery because we need to make sure you don't have Cushing's disease and all that stuff. So that was the last time I talked to my doctor in person. But then on Wednesday, after my surgery was already canceled and it didn't happen, on Wednesday, we get I get an email notification saying that there's a new test result in my patient portal. So I check it, and it had been updated to reflect that my cortisol levels were now normal. So I don't know who or how or what happened, but LabCorp gave the wrong test results to my doctor, and that caused my surgery to be canceled. It has been rescheduled again for February 19th, which is next Tuesday. And yeah, so that's the plan. I keep having this horrible niggling feeling in the back of my head that's like something's gonna happen and it's not gonna go through, but I'm really praying against that. And I had to start over my liquid diet, which was really fun. The 19th was the earliest date that they could give me for a reschedule. So I had done the full 2 weeks of liquid diet before the previous surgery date. And then when I found out that I wasn't having surgery, I'm like, well, screw this, I'm gonna eat. Like, which is probably not the best idea, but it happened. And I was so angry and frustrated and just emotionally turmoiled, because I had planned for this and planned for this and planned for this, and then like it didn't happen, and I was expecting it to, and it was just really difficult to kind of get over that it wasn't going to happen on the 21st. So I've had almost a month to process, and I'm in a better place now. About 10 days ago, I started on the liquid diet again. It was a lot more difficult, so much more difficult than it was the first time. I have been craving so many different kinds of foods. I really want chicken nuggets. That is like my huge craving. I really want chicken nuggets. And I've passed McDonald's so many times, and I'm like, all right, don't do it, don't do it. And I pass it, and I get past it, and I'm like, all right, good. I had to call my roommate at 10 o'clock at night, and I woke her up because she's a teacher. Yeah, I'm sorry. But I had to call my roommate and be like, tell me not to get McDonald's. So it's been just, yeah, I mean, it's just so much harder this time around. But I'm doing it. So I wanted to show you actually, no, I'll do another video so that people don't have to watch this long thing. So I'm going to stop here, and we'll do another video where I'll show you my liquid diet.